Good morning, amazing mothers. This is Karla Marie here again with another day of Mom Spiration from our 18 days of Mom Spiration taken from my book, Mom Spiration. I'm very excited to be with you this morning, and we are on number 9. Can you believe it? We've been going strong for 9 days. That means we only have 9 more to go. And I actually may wrap it up early because there's a couple of them that can be put together because they're related. But today is Mom Spiration number 9. Let them see you break barriers. Wow. And you may think, okay, that's a really tall order, right? Well, not necessarily. It's important for our kids to see us defy expectations sometimes and to do things that are big and out of the ordinary. And you may say, well, I feel kind of average. Trust me, honey, you're not average. God didn't create average. God created extraordinary in every single one of us. And it's up to us to live that and walk that out. So before those voices in your head start to talk to you and say, that's for everybody else. Everybody else is extraordinary. I'm average. You're not average. Listen to me. You're not average. You were not created to be average. Stop saying that. Shut those voices down and recognize you were created to be extraordinary. And because of that, you, yes, you can defy many barriers. I think all of us as women, depending upon, social economic status, depending upon cultural differences, there have been boxes put around all of us in different ways, right? And sometimes we just have to kick them in the teeth. And we have to say, I don't care what they say, or he says, or she says, or what my parents said, or what my teachers said, or what I'm saying to myself that I need to correct. I'm designed to be extraordinary in whatever way that God created me to be that way. And so once we get past that, then we recognize we are created to knock down walls and to break barriers. And our kids need to see us do that. And so that's what today's Mom Spiration is about. Let them see you break barriers. Let them see you break through hard things. Let them see you defy expectations, no matter what it is. A lot of times, I'll use myself as an example. A lot of times people have this view of moms that stay at home. And this is just my example, okay? So please do not be offended if you're not a stay-at-home mom. We have moms that are amazing moms that work outside the home, work inside the home, stay at home with the kid. Whatever the situation is, you're amazing. So I'm just telling my particular story. I remember when I decided to stop working outside the home, and I decided to stay at home with my kids. This was in 2007. So you can imagine, I've been home a long, long time. And I remember that transition and how useless I felt at the time. And I had this view, even myself, I had this view of stay-at-home moms as just people that just didn't want to challenge themselves and, think outside the box and try to juggle, career and family and that kind of thing. And really, after I decided myself to stay at home, I recognized, number one, I'm not sitting around on my laurels. That's for darn sure, with 6 kids. And that just because we're moms does not mean that our purpose and what God created us to do is non-existent or on hold. And I remember when I wrote this book, there was a woman, I was marketing the book, and on social media, there was a woman that responded to this book and said, my purpose and my only purpose in life is to be my kid's mom. And I thought to myself, okay, I'm not going to argue with this person if they really do believe that. If they know in their knower that this is all that they're called to do. But I posed a question to her. And I said, so are you telling me between birth and the time that you gave birth to your first child, you were without purpose? Are you telling me that when your children leave your home, that you will be without purpose? That can't be accurate. God put a purpose and a design and a plan in place for every single person that he created that is different than every other person that he created. So although we are moms, and that's an amazing role and one of the most privileged roles that we can ever walk in, right? Guess what? God still put a purpose on the inside of you. And even if someone has put in your head that you can only do so much, or you can only go so far, or this kind of success is not for you, or this level of success is not for you, they're all lies. Repeat after me. They are all lies. You can defy expectations. You can do above and beyond what others have expected you to be able to do. And so I really want you to think like that this morning. No matter where you are in your household, no matter what circumstances you're dealing with, no matter what your dreams are, no matter where you're going, what you're doing, what you want to do, you can go further, you can do more, and you are not created to be average. That success is not just for them over there. It's not just for someone in Hollywood. It's not just for Oprah. It's not just for someone that's a billionaire or someone that's way over there that you can't touch. It's for you. It's for you. And that success is going to look different than anyone else. And so you can't measure it up against anyone else. Success for you is going to be something very specific, right? So our kids need to see that. They need to see us reaching and going for the things that we've always dreamed of doing. They need to see us defying those expectations and kicking those walls down and getting rid of those boxes that have been put around us by others or by ourselves. Sometimes we do it to ourselves. And we assume, like I said before, we assume that that's for everyone else. When really it's for you. It's for you. And you can be an inspiration to your children by showing them how to think outside the box and how to push past things that are hard and push past barriers that have been placed on them. I have a couple kids that are differently abled, so to speak, meaning in most of the challenges, they're invisible challenges, which sometimes is even harder because people want to help you when your challenge is obvious, right? But their challenges are invisible when it comes to reading and writing and other things, being on the spectrum, those kinds of things. And so because no one sees them, they expect something from you that you may not be able to perform on a level that others have expected. And so I work with my kids on making sure that they know how to accommodate their own needs and how to kick past those barriers and knock those walls down so that they can be all that God created them to be in spite of the challenges that they have. And why do they believe that they can do that? Because they see their mom and their dad do that. They see us say, you know what, this may look impossible, but let me just check it out. Let me just do some research. Let me just see how I can pull this off. And, usually when you do your research and you do your homework and you check things out and you ask questions and you find somebody else that's doing it, you begin to realize that it is more possible and more available and more accessible to you than you think. And so I encourage you this morning to not look at yourself as average, but to look at yourself as extraordinary, having been the only one of you on the entire planet. Do you realize how amazing that is? There's only one you. That means there are people that can only be touched by what you are called to do. That is mind-blowing, right? When you look at yourself like that. So when you get up, if you're already up, go to the mirror and say to myself, I am the only me. That means God has a very specific plan for me, and I need to figure out what that is so that I can be about my Father's business and I can do exactly what I am called to do. And while I'm doing that, I can bring my children along on that journey, and they can see how to knock down barriers and push past walls and bust open boxes that have been put around them. So let your kids see you break barriers. Let them see you break those barriers. Let them see you kick those walls down. I guarantee that they will have the confidence to do the exact same thing. So today's Mom Spiration number 9 is let them see you break barriers. Whatever those barriers are, whether they're external or in your mind, they will learn to do the same. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.